Good morning. Today in this class we will discuss the types of metamorphism. As you all know, metamorphism is a process involving changes in the mineral content and or microstructure of a rock dominantly in the solid state. This process is mainly due to an adjustment of the rock to physical conditions that differ from those under which the rock originally formed and that also differ from physical conditions normally occurring at the surface of the earth and in the zone of diagenesis. So this is specifically what metamorphism is. Now, metamorphism can be classified on the basis of different criteria such as the extent over which metamorphism took place, means to what extent metamorphism took place. On that basis, it may be regional or local. Second, geological setting, means rocks or your types of metamorphism can be on the basis of geological setting. For example, orogenic metamorphism, burial metamorphism, ocean floor metamorphism, dislocation metamorphism, contact metamorphism, and hot slab metamorphism. So this depends, this is on the basis of the geological setting. Then the particular cause of a specific metamorphism. For example, impact metamorphism, hydrothermal metamorphism, combustion metamorphism, lightning metamorphism, and also next whether it is resulted from single or multiple events, that is monometamorphism and polymetamorphism. So this metamorphism, type of metamorphism, can also be classified on the basis of single or multiple events. When it is single event, that is monometamorphism, and when there are multiple events, that will be polymetamorphism. Then types of metamorphism can be on the basis of increasing or decreasing temperature. Whether the temperature was increasing or decreasing, that is prograde and retrograde metamorphism. Prograde or progressive metamorphism if increasing, and if it is decreasing, this is your retrogressive or retrograde metamorphism. The main classification of metamorphism from the viewpoints of extent, setting, etc. The terms include known from the literature. Many terms such as thermal metamorphism, dynamic metamorphism, dynothermal metamorphism, deformation metamorphism, upside down metamorphism, cataclysmic metamorphism, etc. are not used because they overlap the terms, right? These are all the categories which are there. Now we will understand the individual, that is main types of metamorphism. Once we say regional metamorphism means it's a type of metamorphism which occurs over a area of wide extent, that is affecting large rock volume and is associated with large scale tectonic processes such as an ocean floor spreading, crustal thickening related to plate collision, deep sea subsidence, etc. So this metamorphism, dynothermal metamorphism, means one or more episodes of orogeny and combined with elevated geothermal gradients and deformation. So this is regional metamorphism and also known as the dynothermal metamorphism. Then next is your local metamorphism. Local metamorphism is a type of metamorphism of limited area, volume, extent, you can say, in which the metamorphism may be directly attributed to a local cause such as magmatic intrusion, faulting, or meteoritic impact. So these can be the, you can say the area is limited and the cause can be your magmatic intrusion, faulting, and metamorphic impact, or that is meteoritic impact. If the metamorphism, even of a very wide extent, can be related to particular source, for example, heat of intrusion or is restricted to certain zone, for example dislocation, it is considered as local. Now next can be orogenic metamorphism. Once we use the term orogenic metamorphism, it means a type of metamorphism of regional extent related to the development of orogenic belts. The metamorphism may be associated with various phases of orogenic development and involve both compressional and extensional regimes. Dynamic and thermal effects are combined in varying proportion and time scales, and wide range of PT conditions may occur. Then your burial metamorphism is a type of metamorphism mostly of regional extent which affects rocks deeply buried under sedimentary volcanic pile and is typically not associated with deformation or magmatism. So burial metamorphism means they are not associated with deformation, but they are buried under sedimentary volcanic pile. The resultant rocks are partially or completely recrystallized and generally lacks viscosity. It commonly involves from very low to medium metamorphic temperatures and low to medium pressure ratios in the burial metamorphism. Then the next type of metamorphism is your ocean floor metamorphism. Ocean floor metamorphism, that is a type of metamorphism of regional or local extent related to steep geothermal gradient occurring near spreading centers in oceanic environments. That is very common in the mid-oceanic ridges. That is type of metamorphism regional scale or extent related to steep geothermal gradient occurring near spreading centers in your oceanic environments. The recrystallization, which is mostly incomplete and encompasses a wide range of temperatures, the metamorphism is associated with circulating hot aqueous fluids, right, and typically shows increasing temperatures of metamorphism with depth. Then next type of metamorphism is your dislocation metamorphism. Means it's a type of metamorphism of local extent and associated with fault zones. As the name dislocation speaks, associated with fault zones or shear zones. Grain size reduction typically occurs in the rocks and range of rocks commonly referred to as mylonites, and cataclastic sites is formed. Means cataclast sites is formed, that is mylonites are formed. Dislocation means associated with the fault zones or shear zones. Then next is impact metamorphism. Is a type of metamorphism of local extent caused by passage of a shock wave due to the impact of planetary body on planetary surface. It includes melting and vaporization of the target rock. Means it is due to the impact of, you can say, the meteorites, or you can say passage of shock wave due to impact of planetary body. Then next is contact metamorphism, is a type of metamorphism of local extent that affects the country rocks around magma bodies emplaced on a variety of environments from volcanic to upper mantle deposits in both continental and oceanic settings. It is essentially caused by heat transfer from intruded magma body into the country rock. The range of metamorphic temperatures may very wide. It may not be accompanied by significant deformation depending upon the dynamics of the intrusion. The next type is your pyrometamorphism. Means it is a type of contact metamorphism characterized by very high temperature at low pressures generated by a volcanic or subvolcanic body. It is most typically developed in genoliths enclosed in such bodies. Means typically developed in genoliths enclosed in such bodies. Pyrometamorphism may be accompanied by various degree of partial melting. Then next is your hydrothermal metamorphism. Is a type of metamorphism of local extent caused by hot water rich fluids. As the name says, hydrothermal means hot, you can say water fluids. It is typically of local extent that may be related to specific setting or cause where igneous intrusion is repetitive. Example in ocean floors, spreading centers, the repetitive operation of circulating H2O may give rise to regional effects in some cases of ocean floor metamorphism. Metasomatism is commonly associated with this type of metamorphism. Means in metasomatism, some fluids or some component is added by these fluids, and then naturally it will be called metasomatism. Then next is your hot slab metamorphism. Hot slab metamorphism is your type of metamorphism of local extent occurring beneath an emplaced hot tectonic body. The thermal gradient is inverted and usually steep. Means beneath an emplaced hot tectonic body. The next is your combustion metamorphism. It is a type of metamorphism of local extent that is due to strike of lightning. As the name says, lightning metamorphism means it is a metamorphism of local extent due to the strike of lightning. The resultant rock is commonly fulgurite and almost entirely glassy rock. This is in light metamorphism. Now, a rock or rock complex may bear the effects of more than one metamorphic events. Contact metamorphism followed by regional metamorphism, and thus following, you can say they can be the effects of more than one metamorphic event in a rock. So once we use the monometamorphism, means resulting from one metamorphic event. Once we say polymetamorphism, it is a metamorphism resulting from more than one metamorphic event. Means refers a coherent sequence of metamorphic conditions, temperature, pressure, deformation, under which metamorphic reconstitution commences and continues until it eventually ceases. Typical metamorphic events will involve a cycle of heating and cooling, which in orogenic metamorphism will be accompanied by pressure and deformation variations. The series of metamorphic conditions in metamorphic event may be represented by a diagram, and they're taking that PT path, you can say we can take P and T and we can just plot it against it, and you can say it which occurred in a given rock over a period of time in particular metamorphic event. So that will be called as monophase or the polyphase. Means PT condition during a metamorphic event do not necessarily involve only one phase of heating and then cooling, and or phase of increasing then decreasing. Thus a metamorphic event may be monophase with thermal climax or polyphase with two or more climaxes. So in polymetamorphism means there can be different climaxes of the temperatures. So polymetamorphism of two, you can say monophases will be at least of two monophase metamorphic events. So this is about the types of metamorphism, that is in short means the different events, and a rock may have been subjected to more than one type of event, and that will be naturally called the polymetamorphism or the polyphase metamorphism. Thank you. That's all for today. See you in next class.